Hi there, it's Elaine here and welcome back to my channel. Chattylaine Creates is in the house. I'm afraid I lied to you all. I thought I was gonna be here a bit more often, but no, I haven't been. So I really want to apologise for not being here, but I'm afraid there is lots and lots going on and I just having trouble getting up here, to be honest. And I've also gone for a little bit of a slump because of how much stuff that's got to be done to the house. So if you're new here, I apologise if you've only just joined me recently and you haven't seen nothing from me at all. So today I'll show you my new journal glue book things I've made, and this is, what do I call this one? I think I'm going to call it it's like a scrappy collage glue book. So let's do this one first, shall we? Because I've got things to show you in here. Basically, it's a hardback kind of sketchbook. It's a Sea White Brighton sketchbook, and it has these really tough hard covers, which I absolutely love. And it's got lovely coppery spirals. So yes, it's basically sketchbook paper. And what I wanted to do in this particular book was literally just throw down some scrappy bits of paper and then add a couple of focal images. And I'm all for the colour. I like to colour coordinate, so as far as I'm concerned, most of this will have a colour theme on each page. So I'm only working on this page. I'm not going to be working on the back side. So if there's anything I really like in here, I can pull it out and stick it in my proper journals or whatever. So I'm just kind of gluing as and when I want at the moment. And I just thought I would show you this one because we could do a little bit in this one, and I'll show you what I'm doing. These are from out of my cut and collage book, some of these images, but basically I did sort out, this is one of my scrap boxes. And I just tipped it all in here because I got fed up of sorting it. I've sort of sorted some into different baskets of different sizes, but this lot was really just everything. It's got all sorts of scraps in here, and you would not believe how much is in here. And I just got fed up in the end trying to sort it, so I just chucked it in here. Excuse me, sorry, I'm just putting it back out the way for now. That's the sort of thing. I'm going to pull out scraps and stick them down and then stick a focal image. So this is my first page. Obviously it's red because that's my favourite colour. And then they're all different. He's cute. He's come out in one of my cut and collage books. And so has that, and that has as well. So most of the focal images are roughly coming out of the cut and collage books, and I just stick down bits and pieces of book pages and all from my scraps boxes. Why are owls always looking grumpy? I don't know. Is the one on the front grumpy? Oh no, he's not an owl, he's a foxy, isn't he? Or a wolf. No, he's a wolf, isn't he? He's grey. But all the owls seem very grumpy. So I like numbers. Often numbers pop up in my collages. and I love oriental things. Right, so these are the ones that I haven't actually got a focal image on yet, and I just put bits of paper that I found, strips cut off of like maybe it's 6x6 paper, and various, you know, maps and all sorts. So it is all sorts of scrap. So some of these are, I've put something on the page but I haven't finished it. That came off an old invitation to my cousin's wife's 60th birthday, which we actually didn't go in the end. And just I've sort of started pages and I haven't actually finished those ones. That one, that's a work in progress. That one, I don't quite know what I'm doing with that. And there's one back here, another grumpy owl. He's fun. So I know he's the last one. I don't think there's any at the back at all, no. So I'm just doing it on this side. I'm using scraps for the background, just laying down colours and then putting a focal image on. So that's kind of like a scrappy collage glue book, I think I might call it. Scrappy collage glue book. Yes, that sounds about right, doesn't it? So that's that one. So I've been working in that one just to keep my mind active, and my little markers, so we'll put that to one side for a minute. And these ones that I've made, as you can tell, so these are made from scraps of packaging. As you can see, this is an Amazon. I do like the Amazon bags. They're quite fun. They're quite sturdy. So I've literally just chucked all sorts of things into these. Now they are slightly different. This is predominantly brown paper as the pages, except for me bag. I have been working in it a little bit. Again, I'm just going to put scraps down and just chuck in all sorts of things in here. I just want to glue. So as Cagefish, Carla at Cagefish says, glue therapy, just sticking. Doesn't matter what it looks like really. I just want to glue stuff in. So I find bits and I just stick them in. So these are all different types of packaging brown papers. This one's more grey. I don't like that one that much. I've dismantled stuff. This is out of a book. It's just a leftover piece that I've got chopped off. They were background papers, and when I've been painting and using inks or whatever, so I've just used them in here. So there's nothing else much in there, I don't think. Did I put anything on the back page? I don't know. No. So there's nothing at the back. Oh yes there is. Just that bit. So that's predominantly brown paper in that one. And I'm just going to be another kind of scrappy chuck it in type of. I love all this because it's showing through from the page on inside. I don't care that it's not square, it's really rough, and I can just put whatever I like in it. So that's that one. Now this one is the same, but what I'm going to be doing in this one is I'm going to use, sorry, I've got the door open and it's in the evening, but my main road that I live on can be very noisy at times. So this is a full-on whole bag. All I've done is glued them together so that they don't flap about. I was thinking of leaving a pocket, but I thought no. So this one I'm going to be using paints and stuff that I just haven't used, and I need to use it. But this has got a mixture of browns. envelopes, anything old, anything scrappy. Envelope, this is Churchill, which is a insurance company here, and he's a bulldog, which is Churchill himself. Winston Churchill used to be called the Bulldog. That was his kind of nickname during the war, and it's one of our insurance companies. My car insurance was with them. It's not any longer, but it was. So I like the Bulldog, so I thought I'd use the envelope. It's got a really cool inside. It's all numbers all over it, which I love. I love numbers. Don't know why. I'm just crazy. This is a bit of paint from, working. It was a background drop paper. Envelopes. I've got sort of pockets there still. It probably says to mum or something on it. It's probably to my mum. This is just another envelope. I shall cover all that up. More envelopes, brown paper. This has got my address on, so I blocked it out. That's magazine envelopes. When I get the magazines through the post, I don't know if I probably told you this in the last one. I tend to buy especially at the beginning of the year. Bit of fluff. I buy subscriptions, because sometimes what they do is you can buy a magazine for, say, 3 issues for £3, or 5 issues for £5, or something like that. And so you do have to make sure that if you don't want the magazine after those issues, to end your subscription, otherwise it goes back to full price, which I've just had some come out just this week, so already. Never mind, I will stop them at some point. So it's just a cheap way of getting magazines that are sort of, I alternate them. I change them every now and again, unless I particularly like the magazine. I'll keep it. So that's the other side of an envelope. That's the other side of the Careco envelope, which is wheelchairs and stuff. I got some bits and pieces from my mum from there. Envelopes, bag, envelope. That's the inside of that front one. So there's nothing really in that one yet, but I intend to be painting or inks or whatever. I just want to paint, and I will glue images in, but it's predominantly, I think, going to be like a collage fodder basically, kind of backgrounds, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it after that. So I'm just going to add paint and stamping and just generally mark making really in this one. So I haven't actually started that one yet. So I decided I was going to have a little go in here, and I put some black gesso over the big arrow, and I started making some mark making throughout the book, and I didn't like a lot of it. And I decided that I wasn't going to show you the footage because I just didn't like how it came out. So basically I decided I'd decorate the front with using some Posca paint pens, and I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. This is black gesso, and the way the Posca's come out on it, I'm just not really that keen on it either really, but you know, it is what it is. I was thinking about stenciling, wish I had done now, so I'd have probably got a better finish. The only other thing I might do, I don't know, I just, it didn't come out very well anyway. So my mark making isn't fantastic at I just enjoy doing it, so I don't think I'll be showing you what's going on in this book. I'll give you a little flick of what I've actually done. I did a bit of circles. I painted that. I got some black paint just on it, and so I painted the handle. I blacked out a bit of that. Do some more on that. This again didn't really come out as well as I was hoping. I was using a silicone spatula type thing to make the marks. I did a bit of smushing. I don't mind that. I might do a bit more of that. I'm quite good at that. I did circles that didn't really come out very well. I think it's the thing is with yellow acrylic paint, this is acrylic paint, yellow is always transparent, and it really bugs me because yellow is such a vibrant colour, and so depending on the background, you know, what paper you're putting it on, it's very transparent. So on the brown I don't think it come out very well really, and I put a little bit of gold circles on that one. This one I had so much paint that I just smushed it on the black, because I blacked it out. I kept the man's face because this is the chap in the wheelchair, and I got it all over his face, so I had to block him out in the end. And I did that one. I did all sorts of stuff on that, and I didn't like it, so I just smushed some more of it was basically ivory, I think, ivory paint. My white's dried up, so I couldn't use white, and I couldn't get my gesso lid off, so I used ivory in the end, but it looks right. I quite like that one now. That was kind of smushed all over I was making some marks and I did circles, and it just all went horribly wrong, but I had a bit of fun. I just thought there's no point in showing you it because it's a bit long-winded. And so yes, I put some Posca paint and I just drew some leaves. I was going to leave them open, and then I mucked a few of them up, so I filled them in, and I don't know, whatever it is. So there we are. This one, I'm going to go back to this one again. I was thinking about doing the front cover, so I was doing a little bit of I'm going to cut these out properly. I just took out most of the white background, well, yellow in this case, because it's aging. I quite like that one. It might look better once it's fussy cut properly. I quite like that one. That fits on there quite nicely. Bit boring, that one, I think. This one I was actually going to put on here, which I thought might look quite nice, but I decided to paint in the end. I quite like that. There's quite a lot of white still on that one. And then I've got the sweet peas, which really fill up the whole page, which is really cute. This one's a little one, which I think it's a bit too little really, that one. Quite like the red one, which, you know, I like red. And this is a thistle, which I think is quite nice. Quite a lot of cream background there that needs to come out. And I quite like this. That one's a bit of a, I quite like that one. And I quite like the sweet peas, and I think I do like the lily, canna lily, is it, or something like that? I don't know, I can't remember. I'll cut off the name of it now. I quite like those. This one's a bit of a smaller one, which we could just have in the corner, and I could put some other stuff behind it, but I can't be bothered at the moment. And then there's this blue one. So, which one? I'm not sure if I like the blue on this dark brown background. I do like this pink one. Or if I cut it out a bit more, that might look quite nice on the brown. because I think pink and brown always go nice together. I've got pink and brown in my my glue book, my colour glue book. I think that one's a bit too small. I quite like that one as well. Once it's cut out better, the white flower will pop on the brown. So they're two possibles, and that one really fills it, and I can cut it out around the spindles, the, what do you call them, when they cling on to stuff. So yeah, I quite like that one as well, but I think I really like the pink one, probably because of the shape of it. So shall we go with that one? I'm going to cut it out, I think, and where am I putting them? Let's put them in there for now, and we'll stick it on the front. I don't really think you need to watch me cut it out, so I am going to jump to it being done. Right, so I cut out this one, and I've also cut out the sweet peas and the, I think it's a cannellini, but I'm not really completely sure about that. It might be a peace lily, I'm not sure. It's some sort of lily anyway. And I thought it looks lovely, but it's going to get bashed about, and I think it's a bit too flimsy. So I've decided we're going to use that one inside. I like this one, but it's a little bit boring, bit colourless, and I think I'm going to go with the sweet peas because I think it's really pretty, and I had a nightmare cutting it out, all these little things. I had to chop a load off down the bottom here because I just couldn't cope with doing them all. I had enough trouble cutting them out as it was. So I think I'm going to glue on the sweet peas. Then I had a battle with my art glitter glue because I haven't used it for so long, and it's taken me nearly half an hour to get it free, so I'm hoping it's still going to be working for me now. I really do hope so. And we'll stick this on. Have I got, well, we can probably just use one of these for now. I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll use my book. Maybe I'll just use my book to do it. So these are all getting tangled up already because that one's so flimsy. I could do with sticking that down somewhere, but I don't think I've got. I've had a little look through my journal and I couldn't see a page that I'd be very happy with sticking it on. So I am going to put my pen over here, and hopefully this is still working. The reason I put it on here is because of these spindly bits. Are you still working? No, you're not still working. I knew this would happen as soon as I turn the camera on. My neck is killing me. My hands all cramped up, and I was trying to do this, and would you believe it? Come out. It's sort of coming out, but it's not coming out very well. I thought I'd done it. I think I've got it going. I'm going to do all the little bits. Yes, I've got it going now. Yeah, because it's actually now pouring out, which is how I had it when I got it going. So I'm probably getting it all over it now because it keeps moving. And need to fill all this in so I know I've done it. I need to make sure I cover it all, because when it's on a cover it does get fairly bashed about and it can come up quite easily, and then I get really cross with it because I have to keep gluing it back down again. So I'll go around here like this. Yes, it's working lovely now. Stupid glue. Well, it's not stupid glue, it's good glue. It's just the fact that I haven't used it for so long. I had to do the same with the one in the house. In the end, the one I have in the house is a smaller bottle, and I changed the actual nib on it, and then I found that the actual nib, the pin that's inside the bottle, in the nib, it came with it, has gone all rusty. So now it keeps leaving horrible rust marks all over my gluing, things that I'm gluing. So I'm hoping I've now got everything. I haven't got my tweezers out. I should have got the tweezers out. Where are they? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to do it without it because it starts to stick to this. Right. So I want this little, leave it that way a little bit. This little one here, go down in this corner. They're not sticking very well. Sorry, I did move it off shot a bit, didn't I? Let me put this back in the bottle before it all starts oozing out. Now that it's got going, it won't stop. Right, let's see if we can stick it all down. I nearly got it over the rims there. Oi, no, I don't want you there. I did actually muck that one up. I had to cut some off because they just kept mucking up. I don't think I've got anything on that one. Right. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that at the moment. I'll just throw that in the bin. I think I'm going to have to do these little tendrily bits again. Why don't you want to stick? Probably because you haven't got any glue on you. That one's down, I think. No, you're not down. Some of them I just didn't really cut round them properly. There's a lump under that one. Oh, come out. I think this one's down. Not very well, but it is down. That one's down. Making funny noises now, it is. I didn't get any on there, did I? A little tiny bit there I missed as well. Let's see. Me spiral's making weird noises, creaky noises. It's not me, even though I am creaking. Right, let's put the pin over there so I don't lose it. Right, I think we're there. Most of that is just tiny bits that have not quite got to the end. I think the rest is pretty much there. It's a little bit lumpy where some of it started drying before I finished when I got it going. But I think it looks really pretty. Oh yeah, I missed the big bit there, didn't I? I don't know whether it came out. Hopefully it did. Does seem pretty well stuck now. I don't like this bit. That bit there is not stuck. I did nearly cut through that one as well. Right, that's better. I've joined it up better now. Oh, nearly off camera, sorry. Chatting away and you can't see what I'm doing. But I think I'm there. Everything seems okay. The bulk of it's alright. It's just the edges really. And I think it pops quite nicely, doesn't it? Don't need to. Go away. Go away, go away. Right, I'm going to attempt to stop the flow of my glue now. Let's see. And we'll put them back to bed over there for the time being. Sorry, I've got glue everywhere, all over me. So I think that looks pretty nice. I'm quite pleased with that. I think I've missed a bit there. Excuse me a moment. Right, sorry about that. I started coughing. Right, that's it then, I think. I think we'll call it a day. I sort of now wish I'd have stuck one of these on there. Bit boring. Right, so I'm going to put those over there and hopefully they won't break. I'm going to bring these back in. So I've done the covers. I mean, that one was already done, but I've left the edges of this, so I might still put some more on this one yet. This one, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that at the moment, so we'll just leave it like that. Bring that one back in, see if we can, so we can see them all. So basically, that is it for today. It's been a long time me getting to this point. I've done all sorts of videos. I've done all sorts of collaging and I've done stamping and all sorts, which you might see in the next video. And I hope to be working in one of these. I'm not quite sure. Probably that one in the next video. So sorry that it's it's been a bit all over the place. I'm not quite sure whether most of it I'll probably cut out, but I think that is my new 3 journals that I thought I'd show you. Glue books, whatever you want to call them. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Keep well and bye for now.